Okay. Hopefully everybody out there in internet land was able to hear the intro. I'm guessing Rainetta said she can hear it, but all right. Nobody's complaining. So welcome to the show. My name is James Rink, and I'm today's always the host on Super Soldier Talk over here. And we have Rainetta Jones again. So I want to thank Rainetta for taking time out from her busy schedule to join us here on this amazing show about the Spider Queen. So for audience members, if you are not familiar with her work, we've had this. This is a follow up of a previous show we actually did in July, where we were discussing how this Spider Queen was basically in training the minds of the Chinese and creating this hive mind matrix where the Spider Queen was utilizing the Chinese for their own. So they thought they were getting advantages, but it's the other way around. So let me pull up your. How are you doing today, Rainetta?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. So, and also thank you, audience members, for joining us here on the backup of backups. So, in case you didn't get the message, my main channel, they are preventing me from posting any links, so I cannot link you over to Rumble over there anymore. It's just another one of these things, but thankfully we have all the backups and we're going to keep moving forward. So Rainetta, let's try not to say any words that get this backup in trouble. Okay. All right.
I'll do my
So today we will have a discussion about the ruler of the New World Order, a Spider Queen who resides under the Getty and her evasion force below the Changbai Mountains. That's in China. This information was partially channeled by Rainetta Jones. So Rainetta is a native of Trinidad. At the age of 14, she moved to the United States and then attended Martin Luther King Jr. High School in Manhattan, New York, where she had experienced missing time. As a young adult, she had dropped out of the University of Buffalo, where she was studying a degree in molecular biology due to neurological anomalies, which was caused by brain scrambling technologies. When she reached the workforce, she developed two inventions, the iPod and Kindle device, which was a novel conceptual, and a novel conceptual hosiery design, all of which was stolen by her Jewish friends that were Russian and Israeli intelligence. They took her ideas and gave it directly to Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos, and they hashed out a plan to get her out of the country to England so that Rainetta could not contest the stolen technology or be paid. Eventually, she moved back to the United States and began working as a certified administrative professional in the United Nations, of all places, and other government agencies in New York City. In 2004, Rainetta met the disgraced fashion designer Peter Nygård, who shapeshifted into a T-Rex reptilian in front of her. Rainetta believes she is an SSP experiencer and has contact with extraterrestrials throughout her life. Maybe not just extraterrestrials, beings from inner Earth, and maybe even what we call mythological beings as well. She is also a medium portal and communicate. Okay, I already said. Sorry. Okay, so we got her contact info in there, and I have Steven's. So Steven couldn't join us tonight. Steven's Telegram groups in there too and website, but yeah. Okay, Rainetta.
Yeah.
What else should we add to that?
Okay, so tonight we're gonna go back in time and we're gonna expand and then forward into the future. So the last time we left off, we were tracking the queen, as I call her, as the ancients called her, the mother goddess. So the last time we met and we spoke about the spider, I gave you guys a brief presentation about the spider all across the planet as the creator of the universe and the creator of this world. And we tracked her running from under the Getty into the Mariana Trench and then up towards where she's building an army. Now, get this. This is where it's going to get really crazy. She was building an army under the secretive Changbai Mountains in China. And when we spoke about this, we mentioned that the spider was cobwebbing the Chinese people. Jabulan, that's one of her names, right? Cobwebbing the Chinese people, and the way in which she was cobwebbing the Chinese people is with the surveillance state. The surveillance state, right? Funny enough, update on the spider cobwebbing the Chinese people. The Chinese government this year, after over 20 million Chinese were offline during the last 3 years, they went permanently offline. The Chinese government this year stated that they are going to be mass producing for consumers AI robots. Remember where we left off with the spider, right? So, does anyone remember a brief history before we go into tonight's presentation about the spider and global domination? Does everyone remember the brief history about the spider, Changbai Mountains? But it's not just the Chinese. It's not just the Chinese. It's global domination. And I think it goes beyond global domination to cosmic domination. We also talked about the last time you were here about how the spider was the architect, okay, the architect of the magnetosphere. Okay, it looks just like a spider. And the architect of that interconnected web that connects planets to planets. And when Stephen was here, he said, that's the cosmic wave. That's how you travel from planet to planet. You just get in the wave. And once you get into that wave, it's like a stream. You get pulled straight to another planet. Okay? So this is how real space travel is done. It's through that invisible cosmic web. So we're looking at something that is extremely, extremely powerful. And that being that by the ancients was called a god or goddess was brought into the physical realm and on earth. Now, here's what we're going to do today. What I want to talk about today is where the spider is today, what she's doing with today. And in order for them to bring about the NWO, the spider has a cohort, an unlikely ally. I thought originally that they were at war until I had to go back and read the ancient text where I saw, no, they're not at war. They're working together. So I'm going to take you guys on a little journey today and we're going to have some fun. So I need to share my screen, James. Is that okay?
Yeah, just you see where it says present?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you click that, it will give you a drop down box. So you
Oh,
should be able to get to where you need to be.
all right. So let me know when you can see the screen, okay? Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to start with a religious text, right? The religious text is the book of Job. The book of Job, I don't do religion, by the way, but in search of knowledge, you can't deny any book. Okay, so when you're looking for knowledge to put pieces together, you have to get wisdom wherever you can find it. And one of the strangest places I found this marriage between the vipers, the serpent race, and the spider is in the oldest book in the Bible, Job. So in this book, we see that the spider and we see that the serpent, they have an unusual relationship. Let's look at this. Let's start with this one first. So this is Isaiah 59, verse 5, right? Isaiah 59, verse 5. Look at this. They hatch the eggs of vipers and spin a spider's web. Now, who would hatch eggs of vipers and spinning a spider's web? It doesn't make sense. Vipers are here, spiders are here. Why would you say they're hatching viper's eggs and spinning a spider's web? Then it goes on to say, whoever eats their eggs will die. So that's from the viper. And when one is broken, an adder is hatched. Okay, so another translation goes, let's just continue down here to the right. Watch this. They hatch the eggs of vipers and weave a spider's web. Those two sentences don't go together. So why would the writer put the spider and the viper together? It's an unusual sentence because the sentence, it's one sentence and it talks about two creatures that literally share no similarities, right? Let's continue. Whoever eats their eggs will die. Crack one open and a viper is hatched. So we know that somehow the writer is including a spider in this, right? But watch this. Their cobwebs cannot be made into clothing, and they cannot cover themselves with their works. So it goes on to give you evidence of who they are. And they are obviously someone who is extremely evil. Because it goes on to tell you their deeds are sinful. This is a religious text, so we know sin will come in. And acts of violence are in their hands. So their deeds are evil and they're violent. So we know that the writer is talking about someone or a group of people that work with spiders and spiders' webs and serpents' eggs. Two animals that seemingly don't go together. Now, why? Why would the oldest book in the Bible have such a unique verse? Now, I find it really interesting that the writer keeps mentioning they. They. They work with spiders and they work with serpents. I forgot to pull this one up. Now, look at this. This is Jesus. Look at this. Jesus in Matthew 13 is speaking to a they. Matthew 12:34, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, where he calls a group of religious leaders a brood of vipers. So, Jesus tells us who the vipers are, a specific group of religious leaders who work with serpents and spiders. So you see the connection between the Old Testament and this New Testament. Now, again, I'm not religious. I am just tying pieces of the puzzle together, right? Okay. Now let's look at another verse in the book of Job. In the book of Job, we get to a they again. What they trust in is fragile. So who's they? And it's telling us that they trust in something that is fragile. What is it that they trust in? What they rely on is a spider's web. Whoa. So they rely on the spider's web. Okay? Now let's go into, be patient as we draw out the knowledge. Okay? So be patient. We're drawing out the knowledge and putting pieces of the puzzle together. Okay? So just look at this as a class, right? Some things you will know, some things you will learn. So let's continue. So more of the text here, context of the text is here to the right. Okay? Now watch this. It goes on to tell you his confidence is fragile. His security is in the spider's web. Bingo, Facebook user. You got it. Now, does everyone know the major pillar of the New World Order? The major pillar of the New World Order is what? a security state. Is that correct? So encoded in the language, we learned that those who work with the viper, work with the spider, according to Jesus, was the religious leaders. We know, according to the text, how do they use the knowledge of the spider and the knowledge of the serpent for security. The major pillar of the New World Order is what? A security state, a surveillance state. It goes on to say, he leans on the web, it gives way. He holds fast, but it doesn't endure. So we're looking at this text, this ancient text, that is telling us that there's a they that's leaning on serpents and leaning on spiders. I'm going to get rid of this so we can move forward. Why is that important? Let's look at this. So this is an article that was published recently, November 27th of this year. Let me make this a little bit bigger because I want you guys to see this. LAPD, and LAPD is not the only one, is using surveillance from this country. Pay attention. To track your phone and social media. I'm going to post the links for you guys. Now look at the name of who built the technology. Does everyone see the name of the company who built the technology?
So you think this might be technology from that spider?
I'm going to prove it.
Under the Getty.
Okay. Look at the name. Does everyone see the name of the company that built the technology? Now let's look at the kind of technology. Let me make it bigger. The people are saying it's fuzzy. Is that better?
Yeah, we can see it good now.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that's a coincidence? Look at the country that created it. Why is that important? What did we just learn? Look at this. In the parable, let me make this bigger. Okay. In the parable, Jesus came after the religious leaders and called them vipers. And the religious leaders were called Pharisees. We learned from the book of Job just now, I just deleted it, that the spider works with the serpent. Does everyone remember that? Do you guys see the connection? Let's continue. So if we're dealing with this country giving surveillance technology called cobwebs. Cobwebs. The cobwebs, remember what we learned about the spider the last time I was here. The spider controls AI. The spider controls AI. Now look at how this software works. It uses AI to track, surveil, and create profiles of people based on online data. Now, this is something that you guys need to understand. Okay? You can't miss this. If I told you your understanding of what a Nazi is inaccurate. Many of you would not believe me, but I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. So here we are at the Jewish Virtual Library. This is the library. I'm going full circle, so be patient with me. This is the library of where you find everything Jewish. Library Judaica. Now, this is an interesting word that you would find in Library Judaica. Now, what is the meaning of this word in the Jewish library? Ancient Jewish history. Pay attention. The category is ancient Jewish history. Ryan, you're way ahead of the game. You know the answer. Now watch this. But for everyone else who doesn't have a clue, let's teach them. So Nazi comes up in the Jewish lexicon. What is a Nazi? Because prior to World War II, Germany did not have the word Nazi. Nazi is not an ethnic German word. Okay, let's make that clear. It is not an ethnic German word. It is, however, a Jewish word. And I will show you what it means, because all of this is going somewhere. In biblical, this is not me writing, this is the Jewish library. So in the Bible, Nazi signifies a prince. It gets even more curious. An important person, ranging from a king to a tribal chief or the head of a large family. Natsim, I am denoting plural. Okay? Nazi, singular, is a president. It's a president. But Rainetta, why is this important? Let me give you the link. You guys can read the whole article. Why that is important, right? Let me give you the link here. Okay, so I can't post the link. Let me send James, I'm sending you the link. You post it in the comment section because it's not letting me post
we'll
it.
see what I can do about that if they'll let me do it.
Okay, cool. So stick a pin in the word Nazi because that's important. So we see that in the German history, German language, until National Socialism, the word Nazi did not exist. But in ancient Jewish history, the word Nazi existed as a president, as a king, or better yet, as a Messiah. Wake up. Chad, great question, but that's the outer working of the word. National Socialism is what they told you. But the real meaning of the word, we're looking at the ancient history of the word. It means a president. And what was Hitler? A Führer. A Führer is what? A president. So Hitler was a Nazi, and his government was Nazim.
So the the Ananabra are gathering all these ancient documents to come up with this. It almost seems like maybe this whole idea might have come from another parallel reality or even another timeline where they copied all this whole aspect. And here's a comment from Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it that term National Socialist Party? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay, so let me answer that question. In order to understand how the world functions, you have to understand three languages. Okay? There's a language in which the rulers of earth speak. They speak in signs, symbols, and the occult. That language is in our faces. What the rulers at the top do is they create a religious class, what you call your priests, your rabbis, your holy men. Those at the top give the religious people a little bit of the truth of the language and then give them a different language to give us at the bottom. Are you following? So there's three types of languages you must understand when you look at a word. So to a person like us who are not in the middle, priests, administrators, and to people like us who are not at the top, Nazi is National Socialism. The real meaning of the word is a president. So this is why I said, in order to understand today's class, you're going to have to do some unlearning. Okay? You have to unlearn some of the stuff you learned. Now, with that foundation, let's get on to the spider. And for those who are having a difficult time understanding that Nazi is an ethnic Jewish word, never forget that Hitler was Jewish.
well, it was like quarter Jew, but I know he tried to cover that up. And if you talk to
He was Jewish because his mother was Jewish. And in the Jewish religion, if your mother is Jewish, you're 100% Jewish. And yes, they tried to cover it up.
And okay, so here's from Amelia.
Mhm,
Nazi is Hebrew from Nasa, to
mhm,
raise up or raise up.
mhm.
Use biblical Hebrew to mean patriarch, exilarch. I never heard that one. What? I don't know that one.
Exilar.
Exilarch.
That's
Prince.
when they were in exile. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Originally a term for tribal princes, the meaning of term changed over time, coming to use to denote political leadership, political
Yes,
representation, high
yes,
social status,
yes,
or as an honorific.
yes. An honorific, that means a title. Okay, so look at what it says there. It says prince. Another word for prince is what? Or king. Okay, it's what? It's a ruler. In today's term, we would call them a president or a prime minister. And Hitler was a Nazi in every sense of the word. And he was even more of a Nazi because he was Jewish by virtue of his mother.
Hmm. Well, here's a good point from Sarah. So the Azakazi, Asanazi. So that's the Jews that came out of the area of Khazaria,
Yes.
and
And look at
so
the last four letters.
there you have it. So
And this is why I'm showing you the foundation of where we're going tonight. In order to understand the spider, we must lay the correct interpretation, correct foundation of this word. It is not an ethnic German word.
all right.
Okay? Now, so I gave you the article. Let's get into the deep, deep, deep root of this. Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, you're going to love this one. Oh, you're going to just love this
Could you
one.
make the screen? There you go, so we can see that.
Okay. So, dear Spin, any Germans in the house? And I'm not defending Germany. I'm not defending what happened in Germany. I'm just here to unscrew some screws, right? All right. Dear Spin, any Germans in the house? Now, what does dear Spin mean? Let's see. Der Spin is German for the spider. Huh, that's interesting. Now, why would that be of any importance to what we're talking about tonight? The Spider was a post World War II organization thought to have helped certain Nazi war criminals escape justice. What? Of all the names of an organization, the Germans could call their organization, yes, Nancy, you got it. They called it the Spider. Oh, Rainetta, it's just an organization. Really? Okay, let's see. Its existence is still debated today. That's when you know it existed. But what really was the spider? Watch this. It is believed by some historians to be of a different name or branch of Odessa. This was an organization established during the collapse of Nazi Germany at the Kameradenwerk or Bruderschaft, devoted to helping German war criminals flee Europe. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. So, you're telling me that the Germans, when not the Nazi Empire collapsed, they created an organization to escape Germany. Okay, correct? We all can agree with that. Now, who led the spider? Who led the spider? It was led in part by Otto Skorzeny. Otto Skorzeny. Who was Otto Skorzeny? Hitler's commando chief, watch this, as well as Nazi intelligence. I want you to stick a pin in the word spider. I want you to stick a pin in the word Nazi. I want you to stick a pin in the word intelligence. This is very important. Spider, Nazi, intelligence. Okay? And Otto Skorzeny. Okay? Intelligence officer Reinhard Gehlen. Okay? Now watch this. Now we're going to pay attention to this. So Der Spin helped as many as 600 former SS men escape from Germany to Francoist Spain, so Franco in Spain, Juan Perón's Argentina, Paraguay, Chile, Bolivia, Middle East, and other countries. People, you must understand that the Nazis are not just one color. That includes South Africa. Okay? Not just one group and not just one color. Go ahead, but I'm going to drop
Also,
a bombshell here.
well, we had one guest on here, remote view, the controlling mechanisms behind the Chinese government, the CCP. So it looks like it was Germans, more specifically Nazis, that time traveled, and some of the ones that it's like there's like a connection with the World Bank, probably the Octagon Group, and
That's Bank of International Settlements. You got it 100% right.
BIS, yeah. So it looks like if you were to like look at the people on the board that's controlling the Chinese economy, it's basically, and these are like Third Reich. They time travel.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna connect that dot, that point that he just made. I'm gonna connect it tonight to the spider, because if we don't wake up to this spider, we're doomed. Okay? If we don't wake up to this takeover. Now, remember what I said to you. I said stick a pin in Nazi. We learned the foundation of the word, the correct meaning of the word. Stick a pin in Skorzeny. Okay? Stick a pin in spider and stick a pin in intelligence. Right? Now, this guy Skorzeny. Let's see. This guy Skorzeny. Hold on one second here. This guy Skorzeny is a really interesting character.
Are you going to pull up the one about George Sheriff Jr. and yeah, Curious George, the connection? Vado Skorensky, one of, yeah, I can't, don't read the M word. Most valuable asset was a former lieutenant colonel in the Nazi Germany Waffen SS and one of Adolf Hitler's favorites. So that was his bodyguard, right?
Okay.
And supposedly he settled into I think it was New Jersey, along with
Mm-hmm.
Hitler. He
Mm-hmm.
settled in New Jersey, and as of like the early 2000s, he was still alive. But
Mm-hmm.
they have clones also in the secret space program.
Mm.
My guy, friend, he remote viewed Hitler, and he saw him on a Nachtwaffen and
Mm.
a ship, an
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
admiral uniform.
Mm.
So yeah.
They do cloning. They do time travel. All of this is a part of it, big time. They travel under the sea, and I'm going to show you some of their routes under the sea tonight. But we're laying a foundation here, right? Now, remember we read about the guy Skorzeny, who was a Nazi. Remember we just read that. Now, isn't
Mhm.
this interesting that Skorzeny, who created the spider, the spider, the spider, to help Nazis flee Germany. Hold on. This is from Haaretz, one of the most respected newspapers in Israel. Okay? The strange case of a Nazi who became an Israeli hitman, Otto
Yeah, don't
Skorzeny.
read that M word.
I'm
Don't read.
sorry. M word? I'm sorry. Oh,
Don't read.
which one? Which one? N word?
Yeah, in the middle of that line.
This one? This one?
No, the next line. Oh my gosh, just
Which one? Which one? This
oh
the
my god,
H word?
it starts with an M.
M? Oh, this one. This one.
Yeah, don't
Okay,
read that.
okay.
Please.
I won't. I
Thank you.
won't. I won't. Okay,
I
got
had
it.
a video. I don't even want to say how much
Okay, okay,
it's
okay. The M
ridiculous.
word.
But okay, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. I'll just say the M word. Thank you for that. I thought you said up because I didn't even get there yet. Okay, that's fine. So look at this. Otto Skorzeny. Hold on. Otto, what? Skorzeny, a German Nazi, became one of the most valuable assets for these people. And hold on. Otto Skorzeny created the spider.
I know you're still mad about that Kindle.
No, no, what they did,
Sorry.
no, they really messed me up. But don't forget, look at this. Remember, Otto Skorzeny was intelligence, Israeli surveillance software that can track your phone. And the name of it was built by Cobwebs. Cobwebs.
But maybe it's more like to describe what like an AI matrix will look like as it has its spiders, and they even have like software that called spiders, so it goes out through the internet and pulls up data.
But why? But why? Why? Hold on, I'm trying to find this. Hold on. Okay, so why? Why would they name it a spider when there's an ancient book telling us that you understand the M word, the M word. Why is this important, Rainetta? Because the M word are your Pharisees. And what did Jesus call these Pharisees? Vipers. And what did we learn in the book of Job? The vipers work with the spider. So the question begets, hold on, how could an intelligence officer for Hitler become a top intelligence officer for Jews?
They all work together.
Uh-huh.
And so
Because
they even say like even the Soviets and the Americans were secretly working together. I mean, we had like Gene Decode. He was discussing how he was on a submarine and they had a secret channel where they were talking. He was talking back and forth with the Soviets to make sure their submarines didn't hit each other. It's like so the whole Cold War was a joke.
Yeah, it
But
was.
we can we can go on about that.
But look at this. The real meaning of the word is right here, not the garbage they tell you. But why is this important? Because here we see that the Germans created what they called a spider. And they said, oh no, the spider is just an organization. But with the advent of the internet, we see that this spider that's just some organization that helps people to go underground to escape gave us the World Wide Web. The web. Spiders spin webs. When we're going to look for something on the internet, they use spiders to crawl the internet. When search engines, when we find the information, or when it's looking for the information, they're crawling. Hold on, I thought the spider was just an organization. If the spider is just an organization, why do we have so much technology around this thing spinning webs? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, I had to go a little bit slow there, but I want to show you something. Now, look at this. I'm going to have to make this way bigger. I want you to read this. And I'm not saying I agree with anything Hitler says. I'm just reading it because Hitler himself was a Jew, and I don't understand why he hated his own people like that, but whatever. Adolf Hitler. The spider was slowly beginning to suck the blood out of the people's pores. Then he went on to make a remark about a specific group of people is a true bloodsucker that attaches himself to the body of the unhappy people. Lenin. These leeches, another derogatory, remark. These spiders have grown fat at the expense of the people. Okay. Hitler again. Hitler uses the image of a spider. But spiders don't usually suck the blood of people. Have you ever heard of a blood-sucking spider? Why would Hitler use an analogy, a derogatory analogy, to describe a group of people as spider beings? Spiders don't suck blood. Then after Nazi Germany falls, the same Hitler's right-hand men turn around and create an organization called the Spider. Now, let's get into this organization, right? We're building up, we're going somewhere. I want you guys to get this, okay? Okay, let's look at this. This is really, I think this is really, really interesting. Okay. Okay.
Maybe make it a little bigger.
Bigger? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Let's see here.
Might have to
it's big, but it's not centering.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I think that should do it. Okay,
that's take your word for it.
Okay, so look at this, right? We're building a case here for the spider. And I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, but what about the spider? By the way, this is the CIA. Let me send you the link. This is a CIA's history of the spider if anyone wants to read this, right? Okay, so what about this spider, that doesn't exist? If it doesn't exist now, it once did. West German and Western intelligence officers said it was. In 1946, at an American ... he boasted, watch this, stick a pin in this, and I want you to break the code for this. Break the code for this. That an underground, remember, don't interpret the word underground the way they tell us to interpret the word underground. I want you to interpret the word underground as someone, as a ruler of the planet. Not the way they tell you to interpret the word underground. So stick a pin in the word underground. that an underground of old officers of the SS and the Wehrmacht planned every step of his escape. This lent weight to rumors that a powerful underground, sometimes called the spider, exists to help Nazis reach sane, I don't know what this word is, one, Illyri in Egypt, Latin America, camp for Nazis as Glassenbach, Linz, Austria. Allied officers appear pretty certain that the spider helped at last one top Nazi reach sanctuary abroad. That was Essen Gen Otto, that's Scorzeni, who freed Mussolini from anti-fascists atop Mount Gran Sasso, Italy. Yada yada yada. Hold on. People who contend that the spider's web still reaches far and wide point not only to Zech Nentwich's successful jailbreak. Stop there. Underground. Underground. Put on your thinking caps. Do not think of these words as a commoner. Remember, I told you there are three languages. There is a language of the rulers, the language of symbols, signs, and hidden meanings. Then the rulers give the priest class and the administration the outer working of the word, like the word Nazi. They tell you, oh, Nazi means National Socialism. No, it doesn't. It means a government. It means a Jewish government. That is what it means. That's what it means. And then under that, they give us, the plebs, the outer working of the word. So those who are at the middle are put there to protect the meaning of things for those at the top. Now, I want you guys to put on your thinking caps. Put on your thinking caps. When they say underground, can anyone tell me what they think the word really means? I sent you the link so you can send it to the people in the group. It's in the private chat. You can post it to the group.
Okay, we'll see that. I'll try it. Usually they may not like it if I do this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there it is, and I'll also post it here too.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we're gonna do, I want you guys to put on your thinking caps. Okay? Hold on. Put on your thinking caps, guys. You're gonna think like a ruler of the planet. What did they tell us? If they tell you underground, stop thinking like a simpleton, like a regular human. If they say that the spider was an organization that helped the Nazis escape using underground means, what do you think underground really means?
Probably underground base.
Bingo! You got it.
So these underground facilities have existed for tens of thousands, maybe millions of years. There's a facility in Cheyenne Mountain that's over 50,000 years old, where a pharaoh lives there. And that pharaoh, you can't, in order to talk to that pharaoh, you have to be basically a tranny or gay. So that's why a lot of Hollywood actors, you had to get approval because this pharaoh runs Hollywood. That's just one example, but yeah, we can certainly go on and on about different underground facilities. Yeah, but yeah, Monarch has a facility underneath Toronto. That's
We're gonna get
old.
to all of them. We're gonna get to all of them tonight. So when they say underground, how did the Nazis escape? James, you said it. The bases.
Maybe
Okay.
they took a U-boat, and by the way, there are channels that go all over the continents. You can take those submarines or U-boats, not just Antarctica, but there's facilities deep within the Earth, maybe even inner Earth, where they would. I would think maybe some of the people in Agarthia might have let some of these Germans in. Maybe they judged them based on their spiritual vibration and not what their the stereotype, like the average person.
Now watch this. Here's where it gets really crazy. Hold on. If underground are the underground bases, how could the spider be an organization? So my question to you is, if the Nazis, listen carefully to how I'm going to say this, the Nazis used the spider to escape underground, is the spider a verb or is it a noun? Are you understanding what I'm trying to show you?
So you're wondering if it's an individual or maybe a whole organization,
Okay. Is the spider
a
a verb?
network.
Okay. Is the spider a noun or is the spider a verb? Now, let me say it again. The Nazis used the spider to escape underground. Let me give you a hint. Let me give you a hint. Okay. Let me give you a hint. This is the great mother goddess of the Teotihuacans, the great civilization that existed in present day Mexico. The great goddess of the Teotihuacan is called, can anyone read that?
The
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan Spider Woman.
Ah, does anyone want to guess where the great mother goddess lives?
Inside the earth, probably.
Ah, she lives. Hold on. Let me just pull it up here really quickly. Oh, they got rid of it. Huh, these people are so funny. Okay.
Underworld.
Okay.
What
She
is the
lives underground.
netherworld, the supernatural world of the dead, and just
Sorry.
lost. The supernatural world, the dead, and various religious traditions and myths located below the world of the living. Chthonic is the technical adjective or things of the underworld.
The underworld or underground. So let's go back to the Nazis. So Scorzeni had this spider. The spider helped the Nazis escape. How? Through underground channels. Now, here's my question. Is the spider a verb or is the spider a noun? To the Teotihuacan, the spider's a noun. Because to the Teotihuacan, the spider is the god of the underworld, underground. So could it be that the Nazis had contracts with the spider in order to escape underground? And could it be that the spider gave the Nazis the network, the underground network of how to escape Germany?
It's interesting because
Mhm.
the Nazis made a joint venture with Nachtwaffen, which is
Mm.
over, I think that one's 5,000 years old.
Mhm.
So the upper level officers in Nachtwaffen have to drink black goo, and I'm going to be careful because I don't want to get a video deleted. But essentially, that's the AI entrainment, and maybe this spider is infected, perhaps, or
It is.
maybe it is a creation of that black goo in a physical vessel, perhaps. I
Or
don't,
perhaps
yeah,
it works with it.
or got, yeah, yeah.
It's two intelligences working together. Because remember, we're dealing with underground civilizations. Remember, King Oban has contracts with ISIS.
You're gonna have to explain who King Oban is without, maybe in a sentence or two.
Okay, really
People
quickly,
who
King
don't know.
Oban. King Oban is the ruler of the gold kingdom. So all the gold under the earth, the living gold, and the non-living gold. Well, all gold is alive, but the gold that comes out of the earth has a ruler. The ruler is King Oban. That's the gold kingdom. El Dorado is what it's most famous for. And we went under there, James and I, right? So I want you, so Gabrielle, go ahead and share it. I don't mind. So I want you guys to think about that. So the Nazis escaped using the spider, but we learned from the ancients that the spider's home is underground. So where and what do we know about these bases underground? Who controls the bases underground that we know of? James, you want
Well,
to take a guess?
well, I think it's just a slew of many different civilizations that existed probably since the time of Atlantis when they were on the, I guess maybe resets. Yeah. So I would say, I guess, from the work that we've done, it looks like there's a certain amount of harmony between these civilizations where everybody kind of just minds their own business, more probably a better way to put it,
Mm.
until this spider thing got on, has bigger plans. So that's where I
World
think King
domination.
Oban was really upset over something. Oh gosh, I don't want to get in trouble again by talking about what happened over the past couple years. I'm going to leave it there, but
We'll leave it there.
yeah.
Yeah. We'll leave it there. Okay, so watch this. So there's this giant spider that this sculptor decided to create. And this giant spider is traveling the world. This was 2012. And one of the first places the spider went, you see this beautiful terrain? That's Switzerland. Oh, wow, Switzerland? That's really interesting. Now, why Switzerland? Okay, when I visited Geneva, this is just a website about this traveling spider. I spent an afternoon in Bern, Switzerland, in front of the Parliament building. Why would, let me ask you a question. What was the first place the Nazis went to when they escaped Germany?
So I guess they would go to Switzerland. That's where
Bingo.
Odessa
The
and
first place was Switzerland.
and Project Paperclip,
Okay.
picking them
The
all up.
first place their money went and the Nazis went when they escaped was Switzerland. Now, why would someone create a giant spider and put the spider in Switzerland? Switzerland is not the only place, but I'm going to show you something really interesting. In front of the Parliament building. Remember, the rulers of the planet speak in their own language. So I need you guys to stop speaking like taxpayers. I need you to speak like you don't pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to speak in signs and symbols of the rulers. If the first place the Nazis escaped to when Nazi Germany fell was Switzerland, okay? That's where the money went, billions of dollars, hundreds of millions, billions today. And that's where the Nazis first escaped. We know that the Nazis used the spider to escape. What is this picture telling you? This is the Parliament building in Switzerland. What is this picture saying? Think like the ruler of the planet. What is the picture saying? Remember, the Nazis escaped using the spider. The first place they escaped to was Switzerland. What is the picture saying? This is a spider in front of the Parliament.
I'm trying to pull up some notes from Benjamin Fulford about the Octagon Group based in Geneva, which is actually kind of curious because the spider has 8 legs. So I'm wondering if this organization, yeah, another connection there. If anybody can pull up some information from the Octagon group and post in the chat, I'd be curious if you can
Mm,
got some
mm.
notes on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to show you something too. I'm going to show you this. Okay, so what is the bit? No one's answering. Come on, guys. Sarah, great one. Neutral my ass, right? Okay. Why would they put a spider in front of the parliament? What are the rulers telling you?
So they basically speak in symbology, and they're letting people know who
Okay,
runs the parliament.
there you go. You got it. And it's telling you that the parliament of Switzerland is, what do spiders do? They
Uh,
spin.
they spin a web around their prey.
Which means that the parliament of Switzerland is cobwebbed.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, we are really, I hate to say it, fucked.
Okay, let's continue. The spider didn't stop there. Watch this. I want to show you something really crazy. Okay? The statue, the spider, watch this, first appeared in London.
So that's the city, the corporation.
London.
Not, yeah,
Okay.
not they call it the crown. It's actually a corporation. It's not the royal family, but what is it, like 10 acres? The 10 acres in the city of London, where the
The city
Temple
of London.
Bar,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah,
Temple
yeah.
Bar, and
Mm,
supposedly they're through their chief. I think it was King John had a
mm,
treaty with the Vatican.
mhm.
Basically, the Vatican
Thank you for.
owns the corporation Temple
Mhm.
Bar, and it's the crown. So it's actually the Vatican. And somebody was talking earlier about the Vatican gold, but yeah, we already know what King Oban thinks about the Vatican. So,
Mhm.
but
So watch this.
you haven't. I know, Renetta, but you haven't made a connection with the Vatican yet. But
Oh,
I'm
hold on,
hoping,
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
hoping you will.
You keep
Go
taking
ahead.
the words
Go
out.
ahead.
You keep taking the words out of my mouth. You're like 10 steps ahead. I'm like, watch this. So watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. So I want you to go back. Now you're speaking like a ruler of earth. You're not speaking like a taxpayer. You're speaking as one who does not pay taxes. So you're a ruler. Remember what we deciphered this to mean. This was Switzerland. Why is the spider outside the parliament building in Switzerland? Because it's telling you what? What are they saying? We're recapping. What are they saying? That the people in the parliament in Switzerland are what?
AI untrained,
By what?
a web,
And what spins the web?
the Spider Queen, probably.
Bingo. Now watch this. Look at the cities the spider went to. Let's look at this. City Hall, The Hague, Netherlands. Hirshhorn Museum, Washington, D.C.
Another corporation of the crown.
Institute of Contemporary Art, Boston, Massachusetts. Zurich, Switzerland. Basel, Switzerland. Naples, Italy. Paris, France. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Copenhagen, Denmark. Rockefeller City, New York. Is there a city that's missing?
Um, uh, so we
You
had
just
Switzerland.
mentioned it. You just
What?
mentioned it.
Oh, I see. The Vatican.
Now why is it that the spider never went to Vatican City in Rome? Don't you think that's kind of weird? It went to the Netherlands, very powerful country, and it went to the capital. It went to London, very powerful city. It went to Washington, D.C. It went to Zurich, Basel, Bern, Geneva, very powerful Swiss cities. It went to Napoli, which is really curious, in Italy. It's been to the capital of France. It's been to Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina. It's been to Brazil, the old capital, when the Nazis escaped. Not the new capital. The new capital is Brasilia. The old capital is Rio. It's been to Rio. It's been to the capital of Denmark, and it's been to New York. You don't find it strange that the spider didn't visit them in Rome, in Vatican City?
So, what do you think the deal is? The Vatican basically more powerful than the spider?
So today's topic was remember, okay, remember this. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I pulled up the right one. Not this one. I think it's Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Yeah, I think it's Isaiah 59:5. Remember at the beginning we said, hey, how the hell are vipers working with spiders? Let me get a different translation here. Hold on. Okay. They hatch. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Let's see if this one is any good here. Sorry about that. Okay. They hatch a cockatrice's eggs and weave the spider's webs. And remember, we kept saying, but spiders are not, they don't, spiders, serpents, spiders, serpents. And then it goes on to talk about he that eateth their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Renetta, why is that important? Why is that important? Why is it that this spider didn't make it to Rome? Maybe there's a key, there's some sort of key in all of this. Does anyone know what this building is?
So we're looking inside the Vatican City right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so there's a reptilian sculpture there, and I guess yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it looks like a viper.
Ah!
The the ceiling. Oh wow.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Now, why would an architect build a building that looks like a viper? I hope it pulls up. Let's see if we can make this bigger. With its fangs opened, its mouth is open, and it's about to consume the people in a sea of blood. And inside the mouth of the viper is Jesus coming out of the abyss. That is what they say, not me. I didn't say that, so don't come after me. They both hatch eggs. Laura, they both hatch eggs. They both hatch eggs. Now, why is it that the spider never made it to Rome? Because the spider has not been enthroned yet.
Because the spider is the enemy of the serpent.
I used to think that until I went back to this scripture. No, here it tells you they work together. But the spider has not been enthroned yet. The spider is missing its throne. The question is, where is the spider's throne? Remember, who are the they? The they kept speaking about. Think about it. I want you to think about this. No, Andromedan, that's good. You're thinking. I originally thought they were enemies until I looked at that scripture and I said, oh my God, they're working together. There you go, Amaretto, the giant spiders on Mars. Now watch this. Remember we kept saying, who are the they? They keep talking about the they until we got to Jesus. Lakeside. Can we give her a crown? Can we give Lakeside a crown?
Beneath Jerusalem.
Lakeside, you got the crown. Why do we know it's Jerusalem? What did Jesus say? In Jerusalem to the Pharisees. What did he say? You brood of vipers. Now, let me show you something. Jordan Maxwell used to say the mountain where God was revealed to the Jews was mistranslated verbally as Sinai. He said it is not Sinai. He said the correct word is sin AI. Sin AI. Okay. Sin AI. Who's the god of AI? Can anyone guess? Come on.
Jabalon,
The,
the Freemason thing.
the god of AI is whom? The spider. Now do you see why the spider did not go to Rome? Okay? The spider and the serpent must come together where? Lakeside told you where. They must come together in Jerusalem. Why must they come? You got it, Gabrielle. Why must they come together in Jerusalem? Why is this important? This is important
So that's what
because,
Q says that they're going to save Israel for last.
okay, now watch this. Why is, okay, hold on. Why is Jerusalem important? Because of this. You got it, Green. Because of this. This, my friend, is an empire. The empire has two main gods. One is the serpent. The other is supposed to be a secret that no one is supposed to know except those who are, Ryan, you got it, 33rd degree and above. And when you get to the 33rd degree, that is when they introduce you to the god of Freemasonry, the spider. The spider. So the spider and the serpent must come together where sin AI, well, they're not going to meet at Mount Sinai, but they will meet because Mount Sinai is not in Jerusalem. They will meet at a mount in Jerusalem. Now, remember, we went through all of this. Now let's get to, I can post this. I'm going to give this is some more reading for you guys, okay? Let me just post this here. We're going to get to how they travel. We're going to get to how they travel, okay? This is very important, people. And you have to wake the young people up about this AI, okay? Because the AI, according to Yuval Noah Harari, it has a God, okay? Now, before we get to this part about how they travel, we're going to get to the serpent. We just looked at Vatican Hall, and we saw the serpent with its mouth open. The Temple Mount, angel. We saw the serpent's mouth opened. Now, why would they build a religious building to look like a serpent? Okay. In ancient Egyptian mythology, I want you guys to get this. Apophis is the serpent of the underworld. Apophis is his name. Okay? Where did we learn the great spider lived? I believe you, Ryan.
The underworld.
Ah, okay. Isn't it funny that the spider lives in the underworld and the spider is attached to the Nazis? But here we see another being that is another god of the underworld. And this god of the underworld is the great serpent, Apophis, as the Egyptians called them. Apophis. Rainetta, why is this important? Why is this important? Apophis lives, hold on, Apophis lives underground and the spider lives underground? Whoa. They both live underground. How did the Nazis escape? They escaped underground. In order for them to escape underground, we're thinking like rulers. We're not thinking like slaves. They had to have, thank you, super soldier. Thank you, James. Sorry, I was like, super soldier, CERN.
Yeah.
They had to have contracts. Contracts with what? Contracts underground in order to get passage. Now, look at this. So this is Apophis. According to the Jews, look at this. What is the abyss? The abyss in Hebrew, so this is the Jews, is the primordial waters or chaos out of which the ordered world was created. The abyss. Apophis is said to be from the abyss or the underworld. It means the same thing. Abyss is underwater. It also means a bottomless pit. A bottomless pit. Now we're going to get into the deep stuff. In my meditation one day, okay, I was meditating and Isis began to show me how the ancients travel. Okay, we're going to take a look at how they travel. This is Mauritania. In Mauritania is the Eye of the Sahara, also known as ancient Atlantis. If you follow the Eye of the Sahara, and I want to show you something really crazy about this eye. Focus on Wadan. Let me zoom in. Wadan. Okay, it's upside down now. Hold on. Let's see if I can turn it this way. I absolutely hate. Hold on. Ah, that's better. You see something interesting about Wadan?
Right over the eye, or do you want to? You need to move
This
it.
is the Eye of the Sahara. This
So you
is
want
Atlantis.
okay.
And this, look at this mountain. Doesn't this look like something really interesting?
Maybe a crocodile or a
Doesn't
bird's
this
beak.
a beard?
Bird, yeah.
Doesn't that look like an Egyptian pharaoh with a crown staring into the eye of the Sahara? You don't see his beard?
Oh, okay. Well, I see. Yeah, and the nose right there in the middle. It's kind
And
of
the nose?
okay.
And the crown?
Huh. This is like one of those
Let me help you. Let me help you.
petroglyphs. They have
Profile pharaoh.
maybe to
Wait.
show ET that this is a special place.
Let's see if we can get a.
So I'm thinking maybe
Are you
that
seeing?
yeah, so those are the pre-Adamites.
Of course.
The elongated skull. So they were kicked off. Well, not really kicked off. They kind of destroyed Mars. So they settled what I guess at that point, planet Earth was like basically like a water world.
It was.
And then they had to they terraformed it to make it what it is today. But some would say that this was actually a fragment of Tiamat.
Yes.
When Tiamat was destroyed, this was like so we're basically on it. A third of it came out and the rest is in the
you got it.
asteroid belt area.
You got it. Now
So
watch this, right?
the pre-Adamites are
Mm,
in stasis in Antarctica, and it's actually kind of curious. If you were
mm,
to, if you're really good at remote viewing and you were kind of look into it, you would find that they're in stasis because their
mhm,
consciousness is being projected into different bodies, such as in the Vatican or in the Octagon group is
mhm.
banks, the world banks. But I have something I wanted to read, but I'm going to let you get your point out, Renetta.
No
With this.
problem. So I'll be quick. We're almost done. But I need you to see these roads because remember, how did the Nazis escape? And then we learned from the ancients, Leviathan lives underground in the waters, and the spider lives underground in the earth. But the Nazis escaped underground, which means the Nazis had to have contracts with both who? Leviathan and the spider. Now, watch this. So, we get into the eye of the Sahara. I want you guys to see this, okay? Doesn't that look like a pharaoh? Look, staring into the eye. Do you guys see it? Nobody sees it? It's just a really peculiar mountain. Anyway, but let's continue. Let me just spin this in the right direction here. Okay, so in my meditation, we're going to get to the meat of this. I was led by Isis. She said to me, Rainetta, I want to show you something about how the ancients travel. You see this yellow line? If I were to remove this line, I could travel literally under the sea from the eye of the Sahara. Watch this yellow line. If I remove this, there is a road, a literal road that goes straight to, watch this, North Carolina, sorry, South Carolina.
Down there near Charleston. Interesting. So,
Hold on,
are
there's
we talking
more.
about a ley line, maybe
I want to show you another
connection?
road.
And
Some
that's
people,
where I'm sorry, Atlantis would have been. It goes right over, right through it, or where
now
you
watch
would
it.
have been.
So we get to these group of islands, right? Off the coast of
With the
Africa.
Azores.
There we go. Okay, these group of Portuguese, well, called Portuguese island, right? There is a line. You can see the line here. Let me zoom in. You see it. Okay, right here. Okay. Now I drew over. That's exactly what I'm showing you, Andromeda, and you got it. Now watch this. So you can see the line here. Let me zoom in. You see it here? And these are not fault lines. Okay. Look at this. Does this look like a fault line to you?
Do you think that could be like just an anomaly that Google put in there, or do you think that, I mean,
No. Let
Google
me
would
show you.
actually show us these
No, let
pictures?
me, okay. How about we follow, let's follow it and see where we end up. Okay, it's Google. Rainetta, you're delusional. It's Google. Okay, fine. Let's follow it. Da 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 da. We're following the yellow brick road. Okay. Oh, the yellow brick road keeps going down. But then there was one that cuts across. Okay, so it's perpendicular. So we're going. We're following. Where is this road taking us? Oh, well. Okay. All right. We kind of get like, okay, this is confusing. Where is it going? Huh? What's this? It's just a normal road.
There's I wouldn't say necessarily evidence, but I've been told, perhaps rumors, that there are islands that exist that were not being shown out there. They could be, like Amelia Earhart supposedly, disappeared, but maybe they're like in a pocket reality kind of thing where certain biorhythms of the Earth um, harmonize with each other, then you can enter these islands. But just
Don't you find that interesting?
think we need to get a good remote viewer on this one.
Look
But
at this. Giant a road that goes from Europe to the Azores. And if you follow the road, you end up here.
can you maybe zoom out a little bit? Let's kind of see where it's located.
Okay, I have to probably have to turn this upside down.
Yeah,
Hold on.
go back to a north orientation there.
Yeah. Is that north? Okay. Yeah, I think that's about correct. Hold on. Let me zoom out.
Maybe
I gotta
press.
get my
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of press the other.
Yeah. Turn, 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 turn.
Hmm.
There we go. There we go.
Huh.
Okay. There it is.
Huh. Wonder if that's all part of Atlantis, but you would think.
But hold on. I want to show you some more. I want to show you some more. Now look at this. You see this group of islands here? Under, like, landmass that's under the water. Don't you
Hmm.
think it's strange? What's this? Let's just follow. Follow. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. Da 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 da.
So there's like a civilization, or maybe ruins down there of an ancient civilization.
Da 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 da. Da.
Small pyramid complex, one person says. Someone's asking for the coordinates. This is probably what, due east of New Jersey, probably?
Let's see. This is east of New York.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 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 Now let's look at this one. Does this look normal to you? Okay, they worked hard to blur this one out. Let's look at this one.
So there could be a dome on the bottom there. That's where it's bigger on the inside than the outside. Whole civilization. Supposedly there's three domes down there, and it's the size of Texas. I think maybe all of them together.
Does
But
that look normal to you?
it's a very strange. I'll tell you what, we'll get. Maybe we can do a show on this, Rainetta.
Yeah.
I'll give you some coordinates, and we can do some research. Come back and follow up on this.
All right. Let's do some. Let's have some fun, right? So let's zoom out. And all of these are like really close to like.
No, it's like
Long
Montauk.
Island. There you go. You took it out of my mouth.
The Montauk pyramids, supposedly.
Okay. Montauk.
Peter Moon put a book about that. The pyramids in Montauk.
Long Island, right? Look at this. I think they scrubbed this one out, but this one, look at this one. This is literally off the coast of New York. They completely blurred it out. Okay, let's look at this one. This one it has an area of, let's see here. Okay, it's giving me a length. Let me change it to area. It's saying 38.23 length, but this should be area. Hold on. Meters.
Maybe you have to bring it closer together, the two lines. You see the dots?
Yeah, I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of didn't want to do that, but hold on. Let's see, meters.
Anybody can do some mathematics real quick.
Yeah.
What do you got to do?
Let's see here.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Bring it a little closer.
Okay, there we go. 193.31 kilometers, the area.
Kilometers or
okay, let's do miles.
Square.
You want square meters?
The square miles. Square miles.
Okay, 74.64.
All right. Wow, it's huge. But they can make it. They make it bigger on the inside than the outside.
Right.
It's some kind of, what do you call it? Basement universe. I think that's the actual physicists have actually. It's an actual thing. You can do research on it. It's
where you make the inside bigger than
but it's actually, they're giving us little drips of disclosure.
All right, I want to show you something that will speak to you. Okay, watch this. So this is base number 5, and that's Long Island.
115 miles. 18. I can't really.
This is the other base.
Okay.
Notice that these bases tend to be really close to New York and covering Long Island.
Maybe there's an entrance that goes underneath. The ocean goes underneath.
That's what I was trying to show you.
North America from there.
Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Remember, we're going to go back. Remember, where did Hitler escape? How did Hitler escape? Hitler
Probably
escaped
through a U-boat, maybe.
underground. Remember? Remember? Now get this. This is what I was looking for. I want you guys to take a look at this, okay? Does this look natural to you? I'm going to have to change the direction here so you can see it.
Maybe it was like a strip mine operation.
Strip mine operation?
If you ever look at pictures near Sedona, Arizona, I mean, a lot
Mhm.
of people feel like it's very beautiful, but it's like an ancient alien, not alien, but ancient, probably related to the Egyptian strip mine operation. And you can see where they dump the rubble nearby.
Under the sea?
No, and like in Sedona, Arizona, but
Oh,
here,
okay, got it.
maybe here they might have done the same thing. They were mining something.
Well, I did a live stream and I believe that this, remember, the rulers of the planet speak in symbols. Huh? They speak in signs, they speak in symbols. I find it funny that doesn't this look like train tracks? I mean, it's not, but doesn't it look like train tracks?
Wouldn't they be? They wouldn't put what do they call them? The maglev
Okay.
that runs around Mach
Oh,
1.8.
okay.
Um, no, was it Billy Woodward? He talked about it, but I would think they wouldn't like put it at the bottom of the ocean. They probably put it under,
Yeah,
underground.
underground. But now watch this.
But they have
Now,
it's like a laser boring machine that melts the rock and to make it smooth like glass, so it's like impenetrable, basically.
remember, I did an interview with Black Goo. Oh God, oh I forgot his name. His name escapes me now.
Was
Oh
it
my goodness.
Brad?
No. Famous. He was the one that brought Black Goo to the surface. His name totally escaped me.
Harold.
Harold Kautzfeller. Thank you so much. Oh my God. So he thinks this could be sonar. Okay, because of the area. And if you look here, it literally looks like someone is creating patterns. So I asked someone else who is a scientist, and I sent them the picture, and they said that's not sonar. I don't know. But to me, what this looks like is, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Doesn't this look at this? Far right. Okay, I'm over here. Let's see if I can just go there. This is Apep or Apophis, right? An Apophysis symbol. Apophysis symbol is the writhing serpent. Okay? An undulating serpent. Okay? This is Apophis. Remember, where does Apophis live? Under the sea. And I'm going to show you guys something. So this is Apophysis symbol under the sea. Under the sea. Doesn't this look like Apophis?
Oh, I think it's too straight.
No,
Yeah.
as a base. As a
Oh.
base. Remember, they speak in symbols. Let me show you what I mean.
We can zoom out a little bit. We can zoom in, maybe zoom out.
Zoom in this way?
Zoom out. Let's just kind of see what else is around there.
Okay, zoom out.
So that's
right off the coast of Rhode Island.
okay.
Okay, now look at this. Let's zoom in. We're not saying Apophis, we're speaking in symbols. We're speaking in symbols, so you got to see in symbols. Apophis looks like a writhing serpent. Now let's see. Remember, they speak in symbols. They don't speak the same language as we do. Now, if I were Apophis and I was building a base, my base would look like me. because that's how they do. Doesn't that look like a rising serpent?
Certainly, it's like what was it, the Eye of Atlantis over there in the Sahara had the to me it looked like a bird, but I guess it
A
could be a
bird. Okay. Yeah, a
pharaoh.
bird. That's
But so
for
there
because a
was
symbol of Pharaoh is a bird.
so yeah, it looks
Uh,
like they have carvings on the planets to let people know, or maybe space travelers know what's there.
okay. Now look at this. Let's see. Let me show you something. I'm going to do a side note here. I'm going to show you something really crazy because I'm going to teach you how they speak. I hope I can find it. Let's see if I can find the mountain. Let's see if I can find the mountain. I want you to see this, okay? Hold on. Why did you not zoom in?
Are
These
we
crazy
going to
people.
Wakanda?
No, we're going to this. They just totally cut off the mountain. Hold on. What the hell?
Thank you, Anthony. That's why I was thinking of the Nazca lines.
Okay,
So,
look at this.
over
They
there
cut
in
it
South
out. They
America.
took it. Let's see here. Das. Okay, let's see. This is the. Okay, das. Hold on. What country is this? Okay, they got rid of it. Wow,
So,
they are not even
so
playing.
Oksana is in the chat, and she says that area that we were looking at in the ocean with the pattern, it
Hmm.
generates certain frequencies. So she's an amazing remote viewer, intuitive,
Hmm.
and I've talked to many different psychics, and she's usually more right than the other ones.
I
So
can see that. I can see
um,
that because they do give off a frequency. Hold on, I'm just looking for this mountain here. I think
to
they
give
got.
energy to the underground.
Oh, absolutely.
So Oksana, what so can you like tune into it? Why what actually carved that? Was it so it's definitely not natural, but I want to know who did it. Like who's there? Is there what's down underground that area? Okay.
Oh, they really. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking for something. Keep talking. Keep talking. I just need to find this because they
Okay, so
got rid of
Oksana
it,
said the snake
bastards.
people. So I'm guessing that somebody earlier on in the show mentioned the Nagas.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the Nagas are. Oh, there we go, Kelly. Thank you, Nagas. So they're basically like humanoid snake people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now, David Lotherington, he says that these beings are considered like the ascended masters of the reptilian clans. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Oksana, do you think these are like really benevolent reptilians, the most
I don't
benevolent
think
kinds?
so.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's like another dimension. But she said, yeah, Oksana says DNA research. So I'm guessing they're probably abducting humans.
Uh-huh. There you go. Of course. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're probably kept in
Okay,
cages.
got it.
It's research,
They
research.
got rid of it. They wiped it off the map, so I had to go do some let's see if I can find it. I want to show you
Okay,
guys this.
Anthony is asking, can Oksana pick up on how this frequency is generated? Is it mechanical or crystalline or a mixture of both? And Oksana says they have the greatest interest in mixing their DNA with human. Interesting. So Nagas are kind of like partially, maybe they I guess they would be hybrids of human. Huh.
Just give me a second here. Keep going. Keep talking. I
Okay.
want to show you something. I'm just looking for it.
Well, I can pull up this thing about the Octagon group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the Octagon Group, the Empire of Darkness, they are ruling the world. They are everywhere. Just follow the signs. The enemy within, the interior army, the enemy both foreign, domestic. Just follow the signs. The worldwide police force as Octagon Nazi. Templars from Octagon, Switzerland. NATO is part of Octagon. Octagon rules over the Pentagon. The Nazis are within NATO. They are rubbing sand in our eyes, just like the pharaonic viper snake that is hiding under the sand. And they had that viper on their headdress, or at least Ramses. You should not underestimate Nazism. Has nothing to do with protecting the whites. So Nazism is, in fact, an organization against the white of Europe. Octagon is the military part, and oh my gosh, and Hexagon is the political part, the Freemasons. So it says here, watch the 8 dots of the submarine, which is the executional force of Yahweh. The word Satan comes from the Pharaonic and Semitic word shaitan.
Shaitan.
meaning snake. And the snake
Yep.
is the Pharaonic horned viper, which hides in the sand underneath the surface. We hide amongst you. You cannot see us until we suddenly strike with deathly power. They all do it. V symbol for fast striking viper. V for victory is the Templars. The octagon is encoded key password for the Templars and for Switzerland. The Templars was founded in Switzerland in 1291. The Swiss financed the Germans, and even the Pope has to obey the Swiss. We, the people, must show these young Nazis where the real enemy is, and the enemy is not the immigrant or the foreigner. The obelisk is a phallic symbol, is a symbol for circumcision. Amazingly. The old Pharaonic tradition of this for slaves and covenant with Satan. This is the symbol for the Pharaonic warfare. I'm gonna just keep going. We have a little bit here. Okay, my first. And fight with the enemy from within as a virus and a snake unseen as a wound. Viper means the satanic hand they hold over all possessions society. You can't recognize the enemy anymore. The enemy within is very real. The fight is from the inside out. Penetration has been succeeded, and all these pharaohs rule the world. Ka is pharaonic for soul when they're still alive, and Ba after death. And when Allah, interesting, someone said earlier, in order to be a 33rd degree Mason, you have to worship Allah. Stands for beside.
Just to correct
Kabbalah.
you, Allah just means God.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it doesn't mean Muslim.
Or what about Kabbalah?
Exactly.
Allah stands behind the Kabbalah.
Allah.
Murph or Merkel is the Pharaonic word for pyramid, and the soul as a Merkaba, almost like America. So let's all get united. We have no choice. Forget about religions or races, and let's get these pharaohs together. Now that we are crop circles, warnings for us. The pharaohs have their bases in Switzerland. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there.
A faction. So this would be the Sethians. The Seth.
Okay.
Those who rule by night. The dark ones. You know, Ra, Sun, Seth, Sun, Set. The Sethians. So it's two different forces. You know how they say there's the serpent that brings knowledge, and then there's the serpents that bring destruction. I don't get down with any snakes. I'm just saying. There are two types of serpent forces. There's the serpent that brings knowledge, and there's the serpent that brings destruction. So Ra is the sun, the light bringer, the one who gives you the sun. And then there's the Sethians. This is Akhenaten, as some say, right? But okay, Google went in and did some homework, but they went in and really deleted this. But there was a really good picture I had of this right here from Google. I don't know if your eyes are very good, but don't you see a woman staring back at you? The eye. The eye. One eye there. The other eye here. You guys see it? You see it?
Where's the other eye again?
The other eye is here. I'm going to put my mouse over it. Because Google went in and erased it. It's hard to see. It's hard to see. They went in and they did their homework and got rid of it. Do you see the nose? It's kind of like a button nose. Let me draw the nose. They went in and did some homework, and
is that like a tongue on the bottom there, like maybe a dog face?
No, it's a woman, and she has she's redheaded with an afro. You see the afro?
I see it. Somebody in the chat says they see a cat person.
Yeah.
Feline face.
You got it.
Oksana, thank you.
You got it.
The lion.
You got it. Do you see? This is a mountain in Nigeria. Let me zoom in. You can really see her eyes when I zoom in. But Google they went in and they did their homework and erased it. Okay, the yellow lines are her nose. This is her afro. Let me outline her afro. Let's outline her afro here. She has like curly red hair.
I see a panther.
I wouldn't be surprised because this is a panther region. Look at her hair, and she's redheaded. This is what you call the Sahel. Okay. Sorry, it went up too high here.
So what are you outlining? Is that supposed to be her hair?
Her afro.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now look. Do you see her? You see her neck? This is a mountain. Google went in. You see the size of this mountain?
So you're saying there might be an underground civilization there
I am saying that's exactly what's there.
So they carved out the mountain to let people know what's there. I guess from orbit, probably.
Exactly, you got it. From orbit.
Hmm.
Exactly, you got it. You got it.
Well, do you think there are feline beings down there, or maybe just humanoids that made a deal with the?
What
I don't know.
what I'll tell you, the reason why I showed you that mountain is because I wanted you guys to understand. There's an ancient writing that says Ra created the mountain as gods. Okay. And one of the things that I would like you guys to do is untrain your eye when you look at mountains. Because mountains are where the bases are, the opening to the bases. And one of the ways in which they let others who can see and they let others who understand know that there's a base there is they carve the face of the being that lives under the base. Let me show you what I mean. We did this before, right? Let's go to okay, hold on. Let me show you what I mean. This one is an undersea base.
A hybrid race underground of feloids, seed of those half humans, half felinoid. So.
All right,
And
let's do this one
I
here.
think maybe Oxen and I, we were looking into facilities on the moon, and we were finding those feline beings, and they weren't really they're not really benevolent. They really look really poorly on humanity. I mean,
I wouldn't doubt it.
they are like if we could get them on board, they're like really good warriors against the Sakaar. But unfortunately, I guess when they see us, I mean, our own species kind of
okay, this is what
has
I
its
need.
own reputation of mistreating each other. But okay,
I'm
so what
sorry, guys. So we went through this already.
is
You have to excuse me.
Yogoni over
Yeah,
here?
under south of Yonaguni. But you gotta excuse me. It's gonna take me a little while to find this because Google did their updates, and when they do their updates, they change everything to like make you crazy and drive you insane. Hold on, I'm looking for this thing here. Untitled. What is this? Maybe it's this one here.
So we have Oksana says they have their own agenda using humans.
Okay, great. Yeah, they do. They all do. Okay. Remember we went here? Okay, I found it. Great.
So you have to ask yourself why have these ETs not really shown themselves? I mean, I know it's a long-winded answer, but I think part of the issue is a lot of other ET are just very arrogant. They have more
True.
technology than us, and they certainly don't want us to have it because we
No,
would
they don't.
essentially compete with them. So I guess when you can see it from an exopolitical point of view, you can see, well, maybe they're not necessarily not benevolent, or malevolent. They just want to contain us in our fishbowl because
That is true.
we're more easily a better product, I guess you could say. But
Okay, do you guys see this one? This is an undersea base. Do you guys see the face? This is important because when you look at mountains, I need you guys to look at mountains with your spiritual eyes. And when you do, you will see the ruler of that mountain and the ruler of it's a base and who rules the base. Do you guys see the face with long hair? And then behind him is a star. You see it?
can you point out to the face where
Okay, I'm gonna draw a circle around it so you can see. So, well, not really a circle, but I'm gonna go around the area here. Oh.
well, somebody mentioned a swastika, but
Okay, yeah, you got it. A swastika, you got it. Yes, Oksana is spiritual, so she's like getting these things like
Nordic.
okay, Nordic,
Oh,
okay, but we're in the
Nordics.
Pacific, so not Nordic.
Yeah, well,
Well,
she
okay,
thinks it's
Nordic aliens,
Nordics.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put them behind.
Lemurians, we're in the Pacific, so it's gonna be
Did you say Lemurians?
Lemurians. Look at the hair. You see the face? You see the nose?
Where is the hair in the face? Where are you seeing it? Like
This
over
is the
there?
face right here. Do you see it? I'm circling it. All right, let me just, okay, watch this. You guys don't see the face? The long hair, the nose, straight nose. How's that? You don't see the face on the screen? Okay, hold on. Oh, I gotta
Maybe.
train. I
I'm
gotta train
kinda.
you guys. Okay, I gotta train you guys to see.
I see mixed races controlling another race.
Okay, there we go.
It says I
Look,
see a
do you
nose,
see the
mouth is
face?
there.
Now do you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, why would a face be under near the Mariana Trench? Now watch this. Oh, Rainetta, no, it's drapetomania. It's not a
All
face.
whites.
Okay, all right, okay. Rainetta, it's not a face. Your overactive imagination. So look at this. This is the face here. What's this? And we've been here before with this.
Oh, maybe that's one of those biodomes they have on
What's
domes
that?
at the bottom. Some kind of structure. Like there's a dome right there, but it looks like it's shaped in a triangle. You see it, and then there's probably like a
Yeah,
civilization living in that thing.
there you go. And they tried really hard. Oh, they tried really hard to blur this out.
They have to reveal themselves and mark their territory. Why do you think that is, Rainetta? Why do they need to mark their territory? I guess to keep others out.
Well, yeah,
Probably.
and also, I mean, coordinates. Think about it. Notice how these things are marked. They're marked for up there, not for us. They're marked for something looking down. Okay, let's go. Oh, Renetta, you have an overactive imagination. Okay, all right, fine. I have an overactive imagination. Let's just endure my imagination for 1 second. Right? Okay. So this is the face. This is this rectangular structure. Okay. We're in the Pacific now. What's this?
Oh, that's probably like one of those arc ships sitting at the bottom there. I mean, can you measure it? What's the size of that thing?
Sure, we'll do.
Audience members, if you could like tune into it, close your eyes and tell us what do you see inside that structure? I'm curious.
Okay, let's measure it. Oops. Let's measure it. What's the area?
Wow, it's massive.
81.75 miles.
It's huge.
Let me zoom in.
Okay.
Okay, let me zoom in. Let me remove this. Google went in and they did a good job like blurring it out, Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, we can see it. So it's usually bigger on the inside than the outside.
Right.
Depending on.
Okay, and it's about 82 miles.
So maybe a lab or underground base.
Okay, now watch this one.
Connected to reptilians.
Yes, Oksana, you got it. That's what I picked up when I looked at this area. Hold on. There's another one, right? Look at this one. This one is blurred out too. It's blurred out badly, but this one is shaped like a gun.
Huh.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get it at the right angle. Hold on here. Oh, there we go. Oh. Or a triangle.
Triangle.
Okay, let's make it a triangle. Boom. Does that look like a mountain to you?
Just trying to figure out why would they blur it all out? I mean,
it's Google. Why would they keep it
in that shape? They show that, but not the other areas.
Look at that.
Maybe there's like roads and things all around there, and a bunch of other smaller structures.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a massive one in a second.
Show us the bigger one.
Yeah,
Lots of facilities connected with tunnels.
Oksana, you got to email me. We got to talk.
No, I think we need to do a show of Oksana, but
yeah, we got to talk, Oksana, because when I remote viewed this area, I went under the Mariana Trench. Let me tell you something crazy. So I went to this Nazi, right, to blow out the technology in my body. And when he got to my ankle, he freaked out because he was like, Rainetta, the signal from your ankle is coming up from under the Mariana Trench. So I went into remote view the Mariana Trench. And exactly what Oksana said is exactly. I came upon a dome. And then the frequency it was emitting was stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. So she's right. Feeling of oppression. You got it. You got it.
So like there's reports of people in the U.S. Navy, and they reported that they were stationed on a submarine, and their job was to try to send a nuke or a missile to blow those domes up. And usually when they do that, they the technology, it just doesn't do anything.
No, it bounces off.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah,
they're
yeah.
impenetrable.
Yeah, they are.
So
And it is controlled by a dome. I want to show you another one, right? So that's another one.
Oksana says she was there before. Can you tell us more about what you saw? Um,
Okay.
somebody says what the heck? It looks like a warehouse.
Okay, this is the mega base. Okay. All right.
What is this?
This one, we spoke about this one before, but this is the mega base. Let's look at the size of this city.
Maybe it's the whole thing's one giant mothership.
613.22 square miles.
It kind of looks like a mothership.
It
I don't
does.
know. What do you think?
To
There,
me. Well, the
mhm,
reason why I think this is a base is because of this. But Oksana, keep going because you're on it.
a base.
Yeah, I think it's a base,
Huh.
and I'll show you why. Let me show you why. Look at this. Doesn't that look like an airport hangar for planes, for
Oh,
craft?
wow. Maybe like submarines could go in there.
Yeah, doesn't it look like a hangar? Craft
Huh.
coming in?
Does. That's not like a natural formation, I
Now
don't
look
think.
at this. This is level 1. This is level 2.
Hmm.
And this is
That's
level
level
3.
3. Wow. All connected into one huge one.
That's why I think it's a base. Now,
Hmm.
why is this important? Because this is how the Nazis escaped. And in
The
order to
deal with
escape
the
underground,
Sakaar and the reptilians. Because
mm,
usually it was the Sakaar. They made a deal with the Sakaar to get access to, wasn't it like 100 acres? I think 100 acres on the moon.
mhm.
Because all territory on the moon is already claimed. So to build out that base, I think it started. That deal was made like 1938 or 39.
Mhm. Now look at this. The Nazis they had contracts with the Spider. Now I think that either the Nazis who are bringing in the Fourth Reich,
Hmm.
I think that they broke the contract. Well, let me backtrack. The Nazis broke the contract with the Queen of the Sea, okay, and contracted with the Spider and Apophis. And they did that at the fall of Nazi Germany when they contracted with Apophis and with the Spider, one who lives under the sea. And this is how they travel. This is what I wanted you guys to get. By the way, there was a war that took place. If you want me to do a live stream about the Lemurian times, I can, because ISIS told me what occurred. But they travel because of those contracts. They're allowed to travel. It's a Nazi egregore. You got it. They're allowed to travel under the sea, and they're allowed to travel under the earth. And they're allowed to have bases. Yes, they're not benevolent. They are malevolent.
So an egregore is
Mm,
basically when you believe in something strong enough, it
yes.
comes true. It becomes real.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's mythology. The reason why I don't believe it's mythology, but here's what I think an egregore really is. An egregore is something that exists in the spirit realm. When you keep tapping into that energy that belongs in the spirit realm, you pull it into the physical realm. You see what I'm saying? So the person would say, oh, an egregor is a fiction of the imagination. Not really. It could exist in a dimension, the spirit realm, the realm where you can't see. But if you keep believing in it, you bring it into this realm. The reason why the spider exists, if we go up to the Celtics, we have Arian Rod. We go to the Greeks, we have Arachne. We go to the Sumerians, the Akkadians, the Babylonians, we have Utu. We go to the Egyptians have a spider god. We go to the West Africans, they have Anansi. We go to the Mesoamericans, they have the Great Mother Goddess. We go to Asia, they have a spider god. And here's the interesting thing about the spider god. They all say that the spider god is the weaver of the cosmic web and the weaver of the dream state, and they weave stories into creation. And I believe those stories are planets. And the stories are what we call history, the history of what occurred on those planets. So I, for one, don't believe that the spider is an egregor in the truest sense. I believe it's an egregor in the sense that it lives in the spirit realm. And these, the Nazis were big into other species. They were big into it, and that's what helped them to almost conquer the planet, right? And we're learning now that those species are what? One of them is a spider, the other is a serpent.
Wasn't it William Tompkins who said that the Nazis, what they did is basically they accepted that all science and religion, all that, they just discounted it and just
Yes.
come up with something new and not use the old for new, and that's why they were able to advance so quickly.
Well, you're right. They said that they didn't want any Jewish mythology. They said, get rid of Jewish science, Jewish education, Jewish religion, it's all garbage, and give us the old. So that was more of closer to what they said. But you're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So this, to me, this looks like a massive base. It's almost 700 square miles with hangars for the ships to come in. Now, what kind of ships? The undersea arcs.
Looks like there's maybe something parked. The other one.
Okay, back up.
Go back. See, there's like something parked down there.
There
Perhaps.
You go.
Derelict. I don't even think I have derelict. Maybe the whole base is derelict. I don't know. But Oxana says those structures can move around. So I guess we'll take your word for it.
Let's try this.
Let's get a submarine to go down there. They wanted to get rid of Anunnaki knowledge and domination. I guess the Nazis wanted to.
Okay.
So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, let's see if we can. What the hell is this? Not now. I hate this damn thing. I'm looking for some airport hangars. Hold on. Let's see if we can do some airport hangars. Okay, what do you call those? When the plane pulls in, it's a hangar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why is it only showing me these kind of hangars? Let me see. Airport hangars. Let's see here. Airport hangars. O-R-T. No. You know when the plane pulls in, when you're about to deboard the plane, they're called hangars, no?
That like that arm that swings out.
No, when you're about to get off the plane because you reach your destination, they're called hangars, right? In the airport, where all the planes line up, the passengers get on.
Airport. Hold on a second.
Okay, runway. No, it's not the runway.
No. Oh, come on, audience members. I know it's kind of late for me, but
yeah, I can't even think right now. Airport.
Terminal.
There you go. You got it. Terminal. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, let's see if we can have
So Kelly, thank you, Kelly.
Okay, there we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see that? Okay, look at that. And look at this.
I know it looks like a terminal. Yeah,
they look like terminals. Isn't that something?
Very good find, Rainetta. Thank you for that. Somebody says here, Roxana, his story is a hissing story made up by reptilian race. Oh, this story or his story? I don't know. Great comment, Lakeside Laura. Let's see what she says.
Lakeside, I just want to show you guys one more road, and we're good. I want to show you guys one more set of roads that I think you guys will find fascinating. Go ahead, I'm listening. Don't tell me it disappeared now. Go ahead, I'm listening, guys.
Okay, I got some great comments here. We probably should wrap this up soon.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, somebody says here, funny how one of the 10 planks. Oh, actually, I tell you, I'll do that. 10 planks of the Commune Manifesto was established on a private central banking system, and the German National Socialist polar antithesis to Marxist socialism were at war.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, they were working together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were.
They were all. I think they were all just like what we call it, experiments, social experiments. They wanted to see which one would be the best.
Mm-hmm.
What they actually found was a form of communism under the title of capitalism was actually, because that's basically what we have here in the United States. We're a communist
society
because if you see my documentary Change on the Horizon, you would know about the comprehensive annual financial reports, CAFRs and AFRs, which basically the average person is expected to pay income tax, but the government has their own investments, and their investments have been growing much more fast if you compounding to the point where basically the GDP, the term GDP, the real economy, our economy, it represents maybe 5% of the real economy, and most of it is through the breakaway, basically. So we've all been fleeced, essentially. So oh my God. Yeah. So basically, the point I'm trying to get to quickly is that according to Walter Buren from CAFR1.com website, about 90% of all institutional investors, that term stocks, the stock market is owned by this, what you call the government, aggregate government levels. So, when you talk about Blackstone, is it really, Blackstone, or really just BlackRock and what's there? Also Vanguard and State Street. So they're basically all aggregate government pension funds and
they take your money and then invest it. And what they do is they invest it in stocks, bonds. They know because the system tells them what's gonna accumulate wealth. And then what they do is they allegedly lose the money, okay, which is your pensions. And then they say, oh, we're bankrupt. No, they're not bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
You can't lose money. There's no such
I think it was, oh gosh, must have go back to early 70s, maybe 1972. It was called GOFA, the Government Officers Financial Association. So they're the ones that make the policy for the investments of these aggregate pension government funds.
Government pension funds, yeah.
Before then, they were required to invest their money inside the United States, and then after that, that's when the offshoring began. So basically, our own government sold us out.
Yes, and that's why they have to bring in slavery.
So what happened is when the Soviet Union saw what was going on in the United States, they realized that what we had was much better than what they had. So so now pretty much all countries all over the world adopt the same process.
They outsource. It's called it's called the type of investment. It's very risky. It's basically gambling. And what they do is they take it and they invest it in these specific type of financial investments that they know it's high risk. But what I think they're doing is that they're basically offshoring the pensions, and then they come back and they say we're broke. But there's no such thing as losing money. What it is theft. Okay, certainly. If I give you money to invest and you lose that money, no, I lost the money, but that money went to someone else. And the person it went to is in the network. But I wanted to show you guys this, okay? This is the last thing. I want you guys to see these roads. All these roads lead to Panama City. Look at this. This happens to be the Panama Canal, okay? Panama Canal. Do you guys see all these roads? Look at that. Look at my mouse. Do you guys see it on the screen?
Yeah. So what would you interpret is going on here?
Let's follow this out. Okay. Let's follow this road out. Okay. From the Panama Canal, and we're going out. We're going out. Where's this road going to take us? Let's see here. We're following this road. It takes us, it takes us to Bermuda.
So Bermuda is a mountaintop of Atlantis.
And what's in Bermuda?
The Triangle.
And what's in... Where did we come from in the Pacific? We came from the Devil's Triangle. Now do you see how they travel?
Supposedly there's like a Draco facility in there where they kidnapped human scientists to create something. I don't want to get in trouble, but it was, oh my God, something that happened recently, with I don't even want to say it, but that's where it was manufactured, basically.
I believe it. And don't forget, this is the Bermuda Triangle. So yeah, there are two triangles.
Replicator. Yeah, they were made replicator.
I believe it. Now there's two main black holes that the spider and the serpent use to travel. This last thing, the spider and the serpent use two black holes. One black hole is, I think it's called hold on. I think it's the Bahama Trench. I hope I'm not wrong here. The Caribbean Trench. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me just look it up because you guys need to see this, okay? Okay, to go from east to west. Okay, so it's a Puerto Rico Trench. There's a bunch of them, actually. The Caribbean Trench. Yep, there we go. So the Puerto Rico Trench, Puerto, door, rich door, and that's where the trench is. You think the Vatican knew something? Puerto, door, Rico, rich. And right off the coast of Puerto Rico is a trench, the deepest part of the Caribbean, right? And that's the Atlantic side, okay? And then we have the Mariana Trench. So how does the spider and boom, the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the earth, right? How does the spider that lives underground and how does Apophis travel the trenches?
So maybe these trenches, maybe there are fissures that go deep into the earth, and there's oceans that go under the earth. So what we're seeing here is not really just a bottom; it's just maybe there's water currents flowing out of here.
Yes, there is.
That we're not really being told. I mean, it kind of looks like you can see like a wave pattern to the right. So maybe water's being pumped out, coming out of the earth.
And the water in the trench is going to be flowing differently than the water. This is undersea, by the way, but this is not under the trench, right? So this is under the sea, and the flow of the water is going to be different. And then under the trench, the flow of the water is going to be different. But this is something James would absolutely love. And we're done. We're done. But I just wanted James to see this so you can see the Nazi U-boats were undersea ships. Okay? You're going to love this. You're going to love this, James. You're going to love this. You're going to absolutely love this. They blurted out. Fuck Google. Google, you piece of shit. Oh, no, they didn't. Boom. Off the coast of California. James.
I'm so sorry. So okay. a lot of psychics see California falling into the sea, and maybe what it is not really an earthquake, but more a collapse of those caverns under. So it's all like hollow. If you go that shelf, again, it extends to the oceans that travel underneath, where there's like there's a naval base in China, like China Lake Naval Base, deep in California, and then supposedly Albuquerque. All the way so that's Sandia and Albuquerque supposedly has a submarine port down there. So
and this is the Malibu base. Doesn't this look like what we just saw across in the Pacific?
Absolutely.
The terminals. This is an undersea base. So you want to know how when the Nazis struck a deal, and this is a Nazi stronghold, California. You want to know how when the Nazis struck the deal with the spider to go underground, how did they travel? Undersea bases, undersea roads, and then the cities under the sea. That's it, guys. Let me stop.
All right. Wow. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, audience members. We had some great feedback. Actually, you know what? We still got more questions here. Let's see if we can go through this real quick. Maybe I can help answer some of these too. I have a question. Why is the U.S. dollar backed by the gold standard? Perhaps we are spiderweb too.
No, we're cobweb. The United States, we are totally cobwebbed. We're run by Jewish Nazis and German Nazis.
Be careful. Yeah, be careful.
Sorry. So we're run by two factions of people that hate humanity, and both of them worship non-human entities. We are totally cobwebbed. And if we go to central bank digital currency, which is the spider web of the Bank of International Settlement. I forgot to show you something. I want to show you this. Okay, let me show you this here. I want to show you their logo because you got to see this, okay? Okay, LOGO. Okay, that's their logo. Let me get a good picture of it. Hold on.
So it's like a viper's eyes.
Okay, wonderful. But how many parts? How many red parts?
Well, 4.
And how many grayish white parts?
We talk about lines, maybe, so a total of 8, maybe, if the lines,
Okay,
but the
four.
center.
4. 1.
Yeah,
Quadrants.
a
2,
total 8. A total.
3, 4, 8. So 8 is the
That's the spider.
okay. You got it? And look at this. I want you guys to catch this. Now you get Bank of International Settlement, but the logo forms an I, and you get IBIS. What is Project IBIS? Project IBIS is where an AI takes over the earth. IBIS.
And there's also a cube in the center connected to maybe like the black cube of Saturn, or what is it, like they have in the Mecca, what's that, is that what do they call that stone? Audience members, what's the name of that stone, the black stone?
Black cube.
Worship in Mecca.
Okay, I want to show you
The
something
AI,
crazy.
the black.
The Kaaba. Okay, now look at this. This is Serpent Hole, right? This is Serpent Hole. Tell me show me where the black cubes are.
Oh my gosh, black cubes.
It's
The
right
holes,
in front of you.
The holes and the scales.
There you go. How many black cubes do you see?
Like total of 5, maybe.
Try again.
There's
Look
one
on the stage
too.
There you go. So how many cubes altogether?
6, I guess.
6. Why 6? Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing maybe something reptilian thing.
Okay, now watch this. Because the Messiah of a certain group, the number is 666. Now, look at this, the black cube. Let's look at this. We're not going to say the word, but look at this. So for those who say it's just one group in Mecca, what's this?
Oh, isn't that like their prayer box?
Their prayers in there? But do you see the black cube? Okay.
Yeah.
Now look at this. Let me show you something really crazy. Now this is my high school. What's this?
Some artwork that looks like a circuit board.
Yeah. A black cube.
Yeah. So we've done a whole show about that. So, but yeah, I totally believe you, Rainetta. I totally believe you. So
okay.
Let's go on here, please. So
yeah, go ahead. We're done.
All right. So the U.S. dollar. So in 1972, Nixon took us off the silver standard. And at that point, we had some hyperinflation, and I think there was like an oil crisis in the 70s. So what happened is OPEC made a deal where the United States dollar would be backed by oil. So since that point in time, we've had inventors come up with free energy technology, and if you wonder, well, why didn't they ever? I mean, I think the Department of Energy was also created at the same time too. So that all that was to suppress the new. Yeah, this advanced technology, while the elites can use it, but we can't. So,
allegedly, right? Absolutely. Any other questions?
Okay, JFK was assassinated literally a week before he was supposed to sign a bill.
Yeah.
I think that was the Green-Hilton Agreement that was made with somebody in Indonesia, some president in Indonesia at the time, which Indonesia had a lot of access to the silver and gold bullion connected to during the times of like Marco Polo, the herbs like cinnamon and spices would flow to Europe, and the gold and silver would flow back to the Orient, and eventually it went to like places like the Philippines and Indonesia and Malaysia.
Right.
These particular places are extremely wealthy, but they're not really allowed even to use their own wealth.
They're not kind of like Africa. In
Yeah,
modern times,
there,
that would be
there was like,
Kissinger and the big Brzezinski.
so I think maybe John Whitberg, but somebody came on here and
Mm.
stated that essentially there's an alternate timeline where essentially the CIA didn't go in there, set their despotic rulers up, and Africa
Right.
became its own union, and they
Hmm.
became extremely wealthy because they have
Hmm.
so many minerals and resources,
Hmm.
and the African people are pretty. Mostly, I'm not saying that those Nigerian scammers, but they have a lot of soul, and if they could,
Nigerian
yeah,
scammers. Yeah, but
but
they are.
they,
They exist. They exist.
yeah, if they weren't
I
suppressed,
mean,
they
they're
would.
the same as the Eastern European hackers that scam people too, and the Indian scammers. I mean, the scammers are everywhere. Our government are the biggest scammers.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right. Okay. So Apostle Paul asked a rhetorical question. What happened? What advantage has the Jew? Much in every way, but chiefly unto them were committed the oracles of God. So for this, I want to comment that the word Jew wasn't invented till was it like 1640 maybe?
the letter J 800 years ago.
Yeah, the J came in the
Yeah.
1600s.
Mm,
So
mm,
before then, it was like was it IEWE?
mhm.
And then that was
I.e.
translation from IEW,
Uh-huh.
and then I think that's referring to basically Judea. So
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
Judeans is what it should be. So Jews didn't
No,
exist
yeah,
prior to
yeah, yeah,
1600s,
yeah.
essentially.
Not Jew, but yeah, because J doesn't exist in the Middle East. The sound phonetically.
Okay, did Hitler hate Jews or was it Zionism?
Well, Hitler stated very clearly who he hated. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying he stated very clearly who he hated.
Okay, I have a lot to say about that, but we're gonna leave it be so YouTube
Yeah.
doesn't get too mad.
Mm.
My girlfriend woke up the couch completely hysterical and was freaking out, talking about a spider that was trying to kill us. Maybe these are some kind of archons, because
Maybe
the
she saw the
archon,
ruler plotting.
yeah, the one in the Shanghai. Well, no,
No,
she's
no,
in the
she's
Getty, right?
yeah, no, she's not even in Changbai anymore because the killer spider the spider's nest is coming online. The Chinese are manufacturing the AI robots to be our helpers, which is nothing more than Chinese spyware in your house, okay, of dead Chinese people, because that's what it is, whose brain has been cobwebbed and who is now alive inside of a robot. Okay,
Okay,
that's the
thank you.
spider. That's the spider.
Oh, well,
So,
here we
Craig,
got
you're
it.
not going crazy. Your girlfriend, tell her to email me.
Okay,
Hmm.
all right. Here's another thing about the spiders connected to the Bohemian Grove.
Hmm.
The Bohemian Grove in the year 2000, Alex Jones secretly recorded the cremation of care ceremony where many of the political elite go.
Hmm.
And one thing they said during the ritual and play that they managed to record was,
Hmm.
oh, I guess I don't have that, but I wrote here, weaving spiders come
Come
not
not
here.
here.
And they have the
Mhm.
owl. So the
That's
owl,
Shakespeare. It's a Shakespeare.
is
Leaving
it?
spiders come not here.
Well,
Who said that?
so I guess that's meaning
Uh-huh. Who said that? Leaving spiders come not here.
maybe audience members. Does anybody know?
Yeah, that is Shakespeare. A
Okay.
Midsummer's Night's Dream. Hmm.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. So they have Nazi death gold at the Vatican.
Hmm.
That Pope carries melted down teeth. Yeah, unfortunately.
Vestments.
Mm. Okay. I was thinking the other day, do you think the Mandela effect has looking glass technology, has something to do with looking glass technology where people can see into the future? Maybe like CERN. What do you think when they turn CERN
That's a
on?
yeah, that's a great question. You know, the Mandela effect came about exactly as he stated, sorry, as Anthony stated when CERN came on. Could it be that it's a ripple in time, and we're able, just like the spider, to be in two places at once? So what you would see, what you would remember, which is what causes the Mandela effect, is how you remember something. But when that rip occurs, you're seeing another time period imposing itself on ours.
Interesting. Every time they turn it on.
When they turn
So,
on CERN.
so what they're doing with that is they're
Mhm.
actually communicating to maybe the future aspect at CERN where
Mhm.
they're getting data
Mhm.
or even other alternate timelines. And
You think it's linear? I think they're pulling from multiple stream because we got to get rid of time. When we're looking
Yeah,
at
no, we did a whole
CERN,
show on that
yeah,
at
when
the
we're looking
time.
at CERN, just get rid of time altogether, in my opinion. Get rid of time altogether and just think there's Earth 1 that we know, Earth 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When these particles collide, we are literally tearing into the fabric of time and space, which doesn't exist, time and space in multiple dimensions. So, what happens? I think possibly the strongest one that's parallel to ours would impose itself on ours. So, someone would say, "Oh, I remember, there were 5 people in the car with JFK." But then when you see a video, it's only 3 people.
Hmm. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's just
Or
my
the
interpretation, but I don't know.
Shazam was Sinbad, and was it Jonathan Taylor?
Hmm.
That supposedly he actually admitted that that movie was real, but they never released it. So on this
Mm.
other timeline, it was released.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because that name was actually copyrighted by DC, so they couldn't release the movie.
Ah, okay,
Um,
okay. Oh, by the way, I want you guys to watch this Doctor Who. You guys got to watch this Doctor Who Runaway Bride. In it, the Spider Queen is in it. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what's going on. Because the children, that's what I forgot to tell you. The children of the spider, which were banished as abominations, is what she intends to bring to the surface. And what the religious people call the beast out of the sea and the army, the crawling ones out of the sea. Okay, so the name of the movie is Doctor Who Runaway Bride. Runaway Bride. You got to see that for the Rachnos, the Spider Queen. Yeah, Doctor Who is real. Uh-huh. And in Doctor Who, it talks about what you said.
oh yeah, go everybody go check out that fun movie. Thank you very much. Let's
Hmm.
go on
Hmm.
here. Okay, we got this one done. Let's see here. Um, we got the Looking Glass. Far sight found through remote viewing this area. Okay. I think that
Yeah.
was right near the the cliff near the shelf near New Jersey going
Hmm.
out.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
Can we create a remote viewing group? Rainetta, aren't you doing something like that?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think-
yeah, yeah. But this month, at the end of this month, all my students graduated. I mean, they see, they get it, they run with it. I'm like, okay, you already graduated. So if you guys want me to create a new one, sure. The end of this month, we're doing purification before we go into the New Year's. So the last day, the last Friday of this month, we're doing a purification before we go into the New Year. So we go into the New Year clean and we mess up evil plans and timelines before we step into the year. So that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Okay. I'm not sure what that's relation. Let's go on here.
Mm-hmm.
6 is the frequency of creation and knowledge and etheric.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for that, Oksana.
Mm-hmm.
Diamonds, I guess, in referring to Africa, carry knowledge, and
Yes, they do.
knowledge is power and dominance over others, and that's all in Africa. I see war coming there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, maybe we can have a
I
change
see
of
they're
our timeline.
united. Yeah, they want to. They want to colonize and exterminate, but their plans are going to go wrong this time. But the Nazis have several bases in Africa that we know. But the ETs told me something else. They said they're going to plot against Africa because Africa is going to unite. And if that continent unites, a lot of places are going to go bankrupt because they just don't have the resources. But that's when the ETs are going to step in and defend them. Go ahead.
Oh wow! And then
Yeah.
maybe Wakanda, because I know I'm trying to get you to do a show about Wakanda, but
Yeah.
apparently that whole area is very guarded, so it is real. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
we're yeah, the remote viewers, and yeah, we are not allowed there. They don't want us there. I guess they don't want. Anyway,
Well,
Daryl James,
no,
go ahead, Renetta.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Daryl James mentioned a chimera of a spider and human called Max. So I think
Wow.
so. This was in that
Mm-mm.
McGowan's Air
Mm.
Force Base or something. I think that's like in well, not Air, maybe Royal Air Force
Mhm.
in the UK. So there's an underground facility there where he would meet with Aquino, and also Tom Cruise would show
Mhm.
up, and
Okay.
they would have they had like an astral entity attached to them. They were basically like possessed.
Yeah. That's exactly what I heard the spider does, and she works with black goo.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
she
We're
works with AI, black goo for possession. So
okay.
I'm still trying to figure out who's more powerful. Is it the black goo or is it her? Both of them are races.
Okay.
But from what I do know is that the spider is the creator of AI and all AI technology, like your internet, your interwebs, connectivity, astral travel, traveling through space, that kind of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Rainetta.
Yeah.
Audience members, that's it with the questions.
Mhm.
Thank you for listening in. Thanks for those who stuck with
Yeah.
us the whole time. I know we ran a little bit longer.
Let me just tell them how to contact me really quickly.
Oh,
if you
okay,
don't mind.
sure.
Okay, so last day, you can go to the website. You can use newsletter. If you go to the website, click newsletter. If you want to be a part of the purification, we always purify at the end of the year, going into the new year, fresh and clean and clear. Okay, see you guys there. Go ahead, James.
Thank you. All right, so the contact information is in the description. So everybody, so I know Ishmael Perez did a little shout out about my book. So this is a year's worth of content. It's about 400 pages now. Well, it is over 400 pages now. But yeah, you get a copy of my book at neurologicaltech.com. And I really hope you get yourself a meditation cube. Oh my gosh, I'm going to scoot over here. Okay. So yeah, I got it packed up here right now. But these will, based on sacred geometry, I have, I have pyramids inside here and a sphere and also the cubes. So the three of them are the shapes of sacred geometry. So this will help you relax. It creates chi energy. There's a whole thing on my website, Neological Tech. I'll be super appreciative if you would get one. But either way, get yourself a copy of my book. And if you want to donate money, I do appreciate the donations. Actually, I do want to give a little shout out to Linda. She sent me this box all the way from Australia. So I'll show you. She sent me this tea tree oil. I guess that, oh my gosh, tea tree oil. So I guess that grows in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. We got some Smarties. Thank you so much, Linda, if you're watching this. She gave me a Lucas Paw ointment, so I have to check that one out. We've got a Caramello koala. Sorry, no, I may not see it very well because it's so far out. But she gave me some musk sticks, so I need to check these out. This is made in Australia, so and I got a little. What? You muted? Am I muted?
Your conference.
Oh no, guys, not yet. So yeah, this. I hope I'm not boring you all with this. But yeah, I got some Allen's killer pythons. Speaking of the viper, so I'm sure these are probably kosher. So okay, yeah. So that other thing is still a secret. So but we're getting there. So I will make an announcement about it eventually. But it's going to be amazing. And yeah, we'll get that out of the way. So anyway, everybody, thank you all. Go to Healing Soul Survivors, make a donation. I appreciate it. Let's call it a day. And Rainetta, you're welcome to stay on. We can have a little after show thing or after talk thing. Okay, goodbye, everybody. See you all later. And see you. Yeah. Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.